part 2 of our first nightmare tenant. So as a quick recap, closing day, day 1, we found a door kicked in, had the police do a wellness check. When they did the wellness check on that tenant, they found a buttload of hard drugs there, showing that the tenant was likely distributing drugs. The next day, the tenant was able to get into contact with us and reamed us out because we had the wellness check done. So that means it was our fault that they had a warrant out for their arrest. After talking to that tenant for a little bit, we came to 2 resolutions to placate, which were 1, they wanted to come get their items that week. Which we were totally fine with. We didn't want the stuff that was in their apartment. And if they were to do that, we would be sending them their security deposit back. So time goes by. We see that they did come by and cleared out some of the big stuff, but they left a ton of trash. They left just shoes and clothes and everything all over the place. And this is a 2-bedroom large apartment. So it's just very dirty, very messed up. Now, legally speaking, if a landlord comes to a tenant's apartment that has been vacated, if there's more than $300 worth of items, then you need to give them 30 days to come and collect that. Now, I'm not sure. I think it's kind of a gray area if you need to allow them to collect that when there's a warrant out for their arrest. I don't think they're really going to take you to court for that, but either way, we like to stay on the right side of the law. We're very by the book. So what we did was we spent time collecting all of the clothes, shoes, all of the miscellaneous items and put them into black trash bags. And we collected all the more expensive stuff and we stacked it in one area of the apartment. One thing that was probably the most expensive item was maybe a 30 or 40 inch TV that we did take to a different storage area because I don't even remember the reason, but we were just storing it separately. So we thought this tenant's out. We sent them back. I can't remember the exact amount. It wasn't their entire security deposit. It was probably half or a little less than half because we did take out the cost to replace that door, which was $250 for the door. If we were to have someone install it, that's another $250. We did end up installing it ourselves. But regardless, that was taken out. Otherwise, we actually did send that security deposit back to this person on the run. And so a couple of weeks go by. We think it's the end of the story. We're done here. Let's move on to the next. And then we get a text message from this tenant saying that they're going to be coming to pick up the remainder of their items. Now, mind you, we've just spent a lot of our own physical man hours cleaning that apartment, getting all of their stuff organized and into bags and ready to go. And we haven't heard anything from them. And in all, even though legally speaking, you need to keep those items, you are allowed to charge a storage fee because they didn't get it out by the date that they were supposed to. So we said, okay, that's fine. You can come get your items. We will set up a time now for you to come get your items because we had changed the locks on the door. And there will be a storage fee since we stored those items for you. Didn't hear back from them. And then that night, 3 a.m., that's, I guess, the time we set up because they came and she broke down the door. Second door now she's broken down to get in and get those items. We do have all of that footage on tape and we did then, send that to the police to let them know that our property had been broken into and that items had been officially stolen from the property. Lesson there, everybody, is when you install a door, do not ever use the screws that come with the door. They're tiny little screws for extra protection on a rental property or in your own home. Take out those screws and put large screws in. That is what is going to protect that door. So if somebody starts trying to kick it in, it'll hold much better. A wonderful lesson we learned after having our brand new door kicked in. So there you go. She's kicked everything in. She's come. She's stolen everything. We think, okay, fine. You stole from us. Whatever. At least the story's over now. Not just yet. She was very, very, very upset that that one TV was not in the apartment. So we got violent calls, voicemails, text messages for the next 2 days, basically saying that we had stolen from her. She was going to get to us. She was going to sue us. We damaged her property by putting everything into bags, and because we were not answering her phone calls anymore, she was going to come and damage our property in retaliation. We did send a long text basically saying, we tried to work with you. We sent you security deposit back. We were willing to set up a time. You have now illegally broken into the property. We are done communicating with you. So we basically just set a boundary there that we were done, and we stopped talking to her, even though we did get a lot more violent threats towards us following that. But we found that there was no positive way to end this relationship. We did have a little bit of fear after that, though, as we had never dealt with a violent individual before who was threatening us and felt like we were the reason for their misfortunes. So from there, we did end up actually getting ourselves a little bit of protection, as we were going to be spending a lot of time on this property that they were aware of. So that was the end. It was 3 weeks in all of dealing with that first tenant, and it was a great introduction into the luxury of renting.